He told you, I am a mystic.
Yes.
Did you see the mysticism?
Well, yes. In a way, Papa was... we very quickly learned, okay, that if there was an issue, if there was a situation, and Papa got to know about it, his prescription was always right. If you did anything different, if you decided to do something different from what he advised, you always got into trouble. It was always, he was always able to spot the answer to so many issues.
He could read the future.
He could. There are several, even little things, big things. He was always spot on. So, we learned that if Papa said this is what you should do about this thing, it was always easier just to do it.
Some have described him as the modern day Oduduwa. Does that define the mystic nature of Awo?
Maybe in a sense. He was an unusual man. He was different from most other people that I know. He was able to rally people around him, despite the fact that he came from such a humble beginning. He was able to rise to where he still is. He still occupies, 37 years after his death, he still occupies a unique place in the story of this country. And globally, he is recognized. And he drove himself until he earned the kind of education and the kind of respect that he felt would go with what his mission was. So, Oduduwa, people call him the modern day Oduduwa.
They say he's a Yoruba deity.
Yeah. I don't go that far. I mean, I maybe some people see him as such, but I know that he was on a divine mission.
On a divine mission. I've read his works.
I have no doubt about that.
I see the depths in his work. From his work, I could understand the depth of his mind. You said he read and read and read. He was always reading.
He was always reading. That was his pastime. That was his passion. That was his, that was his pastime, really.
He read everything?
He read and read and read. He read all the time. And he was always writing as well.
Reading and writing? So that's why he was deep?
I believe so. Because he never tired of learning. For example, a lot of people didn't know that he was very, very interested in science. He had a science laboratory in the house in Ibadan. When we finish this interview and you go into the museum, you will see the remnants of the equipment that we rescued from that laboratory. It's in the museum.
What was he doing with the lab?
He was learning science. I don't know why he just decided. It was after he came back from prison. And he just decided he wanted to learn science. He wanted to learn chemistry, physics, and even biology. I remember sometimes when we were having a big do, and of course, you kill cows as you do. And there was one day, I was already a medical student, I think. Yeah, I was already a medical student. And I was home. And he said they should go and call me. He told the butchers that they should not, that when they opened up the cow, that they shouldn't take anything out until I came. So I came, and I pointed, these are the intestines, this is the liver, this is the kidney, this is the pancreas, this is the heart. And he was learning, he was listening so attentively, But, people like, he used to call professors from UI, from the UCH, and to come and take him through some of the things. He had books.
He caused them to come to his house?
Yes, they would come to the house in Ibadan.
And he's listening to them?
Yes, they would
learning.
Teach him learning. He learned.
He was teachable?
He was teachable, absolutely.
To be teachable is to be humble?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He was a very, very humble man.
He was a good listener?
Absolutely. That was why he was, one of the reasons, in my view, why he was such a good leader.
He listened.
He would listen very patiently. At meetings, he would listen to everybody, from the highest to the lowest, from the oldest to the youngest, even students. If they happened to be there, he would listen to them. People like Professor David Oke, Professor Banji Akintoye, they got close to him whilst they were students in UI.
He loved younger
Yes,
persons.
he listened to them. He listened to their contributions at a meeting, and he called them.